And we live, man. Welcome to another episode of the Cold Truth Podcast. Man. Welcome to another episode of the Cold Truth Podcast, man. And that's all the cheer y'all finna get. Cause we got some shit to talk about. We got some shit to talk about. But first things first, before we get into the first, topic of the day, uh yeah, all of these niggas are frauds. Cowboys, Eagles, and the Dolphins, in case y'all are wondering who the fuck I'm talking about. All of these niggas are frauds. We literally sat here and gassed up these three teams all year. Them was all we talked about for the most part. From start of the season to the end of the season was the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Dolphins. And all three of these niggas shit the bed this weekend. All three of these niggas shit the bed. And in case y'all don't believe me, we saw Tua get his ass beat again in Kansas City. We saw Dak get his ass beat by Green Bay, who they were a 7-point favorite. And we just saw the Eagles get their ass beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the weak-ass NFC South Division, man. I don't give a damn if A.J. Brown was there or not. But I told y'all, y'all thought that they was looking real good when they was winning all these close-ass games, but I told y'all that shit is not going to last. And lo and behold, that shit did not last. And yeah, man, you right. I'm glad somebody is, because how can you disagree? They are all frauds. You know what's sad? You know what's really, let's just go down every last one of these teams. Can somebody tell me who was the best team that Miami beat? It's pretty simple. I'll wait. Dallas. You know who was the best team that Dallas beat? And I don't want to hear nothing about no goddamn Seattle no more. Don't bring up Seattle no more. But we know who the best team was that they beat. Detroit. The fact that they lost to the Eagles now, looking back in hindsight, is really pretty fucking disappointing that they lost to them. They should have swept them. But that's neither here nor there. And then the Eagles, I told y'all, the Eagles got some good wins. But I told y'all that the Eagles were not going to sustain that. I told you, niggas, that they are what the Minnesota Vikings were last year. Winning all these close-ass games, but there were certain games that they were just getting their ass beat in, and we saw it. And the biggest difference between everybody had these expectations for the Eagles, I told y'all, coordinators matter. They're both gone, and they don't even remotely look the same. And their offense has the same niggas. It's the same niggas. So what are we talking about? And do y'all really want to know the biggest difference between take coordinators out of it? Do y'all really want to know what the biggest difference was between the Eagles this year and last year? They was healthy. The only nigga that they lost was that nigga Lane Johnson. That he ain't really played like that in the playoffs, but he was ready for that Super Bowl. A.J. Brown hurt. Devontae Smith out there playing with injuries. Man, and the defense is ass. These niggas are bad. These niggas could get beat by a college team on defense right now. There's levels to this shit, and them niggas is bad. I like the Eagles GM, but it ain't like he made bad plays. You telling me you got all the names over there on that defense and y'all getting beat like that? And even with that, why does Dallas make certain shit interesting? Why is it that it's always somebody they play and niggas really get to go back and visit, revision his history about what's done happened when they played the Green Bay ain't even the same team. Nigga, 12 ain't back there no more, and you still losing. The Green Bay Packers curse lives on. The Dez did not catch it. Curse lives on. I guess when it just comes to the Packers and the goddamn 49ers, the Cowboys just can't beat them niggas. We've been talking about the goddamn Dolphins, nigga. We got all excited when them niggas beat the shit out the goddamn the Broncos 70. What interesting game have they had since then? And I'ma talk all the trash I want to, Rod. Yeah, hey, I've been quiet all motherfucking week. Every last one of them is frauds. That nigga Tua is ass. Oh shit, Jalen Hurts cannot carry them niggas the way he did last year, because if these niggas are not healthy, we see what he is. Everything was perfect, but nah, bro. Nah. Man, Dallas Dallas is still just one of the things. If you a gambling person, if you just know about it, Dallas was a 7-point favorite. A 7-point favorite in a playoff game. Now, we sat here and did all this talking like, oh no, man, Dallas look real good. And Dallas, play their best ball when they at home, which they do. They ain't won a game in a long time. I mean, lost a game in a long time. But the same problems that we had been talking about are glaring again. The Packers was a shock to get into the playoffs. Nobody was expecting them to make it in the middle of the season. But the Cowboys' problems are still glaring. That is the problem. The thing that's been haunting them all year is that somebody can run the ball on them. And the Packers ran for 143. And I mean, I understand how it happened, but if you got a game where Dak is throwing the ball 60 goddamn times, you're probably gonna lose. Somebody want to tell me what happened to this run game that Mike McCarthy was talking about was supposed to be back? Tony Pollard had 56 yards, man. Tony Pollard had 56 yards. And Dak had 45. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is not a winning formula. And Tony Pollard's averaging 3.7 yards a carry. It's not going to work. You got Dak throwing 60 times. Like, what do you think is going to happen? And for everybody trying to gas up this nigga Dan Quinn and what he's been doing these past couple of years, y'all might want to look a little closer at that, because why the hell does he keep having these safeties coming down trying to play linebackers? Them dudes ain't big enough. The safeties he got ain't built like that. They not built for that. They not built for that, man. And I don't want to hear shit about this nigga Tua being cold. I'm sick of that shit. I don't give a damn about niggas being cold. You in the National Football League getting paid millions of dollars to fling a goddamn ball, to play a game. I don't give a damn about it being cold outside. Hell, deal with it. And if you can't play, if you don't like the cold, then go work at McDonald's. They keep it nice and warm in there. It'll be nice and warm by that goddamn grill and that fry. I don't give a damn about no weather. And I'm saying that as a fan whose quarterback gets the fumbles when it's wet outside. So I don't want to hear shit about no Tua and it's cold. That at this point, we just got to go ahead and call it what it is. If Miami keeps that nigga as their quarterback, I think they're just gonna pretty much hang their hat on being able to make it to the playoffs every year. You have one of the top receivers in the league, and you underthrow him. We've seen where Tyreek has had to slow down to catch underthrown balls from this nigga. We've seen interceptions get thrown because he's underthrown a nigga that's clearly gotten the defenders beat. Like, this nigga is ass. This nigga is ass. I don't understand. Like Miami is literally the best possible offense that Tua could be in. Outside of the 49ers, where, of course, we see that they make anything work with any quarterback, but where can he go? Especially if everybody trying to use this goddamn cold excuse. Where he gonna go? And shit, he act like everybody in his division don't stay on the Northeast. So I don't want to hear shit about no goddamn cold. All of these niggas fraudulent. Eagles frauds. I told y'all these close game shit, but when niggas was winning, niggas was like, nigga, they winning. Yeah. I remember some of y'all, Ray. I remember. I told y'all that shit was not gonna last. That shit did not look good. I told y'all that those niggas were the Minnesota Vikings last year. First round exit. Like, based on your performance and your talent, losing to somebody you ain't got no business losing to, and it happened again. They just lost to the goddamn Bucks that couldn't even score a goddamn touchdown against the Panthers the week before. Y'all do realize that, right? Just lost to a team that could not score a touchdown on the worst team in the NFL. The Carolina Panthers have the number one pick again, but it's going to Chicago because they are that bad. And they lost to a nigga that couldn't score a touchdown on the Carolina fucking Panthers. Nah. Fraud. Frauds. Man, look, I don't know what. Look, if that's the case, then it's something that's going on in that locker room that we don't know about. But yeah, that shit right there. Nah, I'm not losing to nobody that couldn't score on no goddamn Panthers, man. And I understand, I'm trying to get into the habit. We can't compare niggas and who they played, yada yada. But fuck all that. These niggas kicked 3 field goals. And we was looking at this nigga Baker like, nigga, what the hell you got going on? You can't score on these niggas? Like, I understand it's a division game and they trying to make some noise, but nigga, it is the Carolina Panthers. No excuse. I don't want to hear nothing about no division, nothing. It is the Carolina Panthers. Niggas ain't nowhere near a goddamn playoff spot. These niggas got the number one pick again because they trash, and they don't even know if they got the right goddamn quarterback. The same Carolina Panthers that can't keep a goddamn head coach. Nah, man. Well, we go ahead and just transition into that game. Lost to somebody that could not score a touchdown against the worst team in the NFL. I don't give a damn about, the nigga, they all get paid. Them niggas, nah. Trash. But let's just, oh my God, they had this nigga Baker Mayfield looking like a goddamn goat this weekend. But let's go ahead, man. If y'all ain't, didn't watch, the score was 32-9. Of course, facts. He better get it together. But of course, I can actually go ahead and put it there for y'all. Shit. If y'all didn't know, score was 9-32. Easy dub for the Bucks. Jalen Hurts had 1 touchdown. No interceptions. But The Eagles had 6 penalties for 54. And yeah, the boys just couldn't move the ball. 0 for 9 on third down, 0 for 2 on fourth down. Got stopped at the goal line. Only had the ball for 25 minutes. The Bucks had it for at least about 10 more minutes more. And yeah, I mean, Jalen played a clean game for the most part. If you just looked at numbers, they just couldn't move the ball. And again, their problems, they can't run the ball. They can't do nothing. I mean, shit. I mean, again, DeAndre Swift, another mediocre game, 10 for 34. I mean, Devontae Smith tried to put the Superman cape on, but it was only so much he could do. He had a $148. You can't be mad about that. But I mean, I ain't talk Cowboys yet, DJ. But yeah, man, that it's just one of those things where it's like, just like old boy said. I don't know if y'all saw the comment, but yeah, Jalen Hurts got paid a lot of fucking money, and understandably so. You take a team to a Super Bowl, I mean, win or lose, most of the time, they think they found their quarterback for the future that could. I mean, shit. We saw the Eagles keep Nick Foles after that Super Bowl. We saw him get signed because he took the team to the Super Bowl. Like, that type of shit matters. So Jalen Hurts, you have expectations now, and you can't be going out there. We put everything is on the QB. This ain't nothing new. So you go out there and perform like that, can only put up and only get one touchdown in a game. Somebody, so it needs to be some reevaluations going on over there, man. And again, I told you boys, coaching matters. Both of their coordinators have left and gotten head coaching jobs. So they've had to go get 2 different people. And on top of that, can somebody explain me why they getting all the why everybody keeps giving all these Bill Belichick has-beens a chance? Why is Matt Patricia over there trying to call plays for them? Did we forget how bad that nigga was when he was in Detroit? That nigga is bad. Why is he over there? I don't want nobody from Bill Belichick's coaching tree. They good under Bill Belichick, but I don't want nobody from Bill Belichick's coaching tree on my sideline. Get them bums the fuck up out of there. But they gonna look. If I was them, both of them coordinators would be gone too. They can't get it done. You telling me you got all these dogs on this line, on this D line? You still got all these veteran pieces, and y'all can't get together? And y'all still got the same pieces that had y'all as one of the top running teams in the league last year, but all of a sudden y'all can't get it together? Like, and that's why do coordinators try to make shit difficult? Like, yeah, you can come in with your own style, but you saw what worked. It got these niggas to a Super Bowl and played in a competitive one at that. It ain't that they got blew out. We can say all we want to about the fact they had to play the Giants and the 49ers, they had to go through shit. All they got their quarterbacks. But you can't sit there and knock them when they performed that way in the Super Bowl. We know they was talented. Piss poor tackling, yep. Yeah, boy, Matt Patricia got to have some dirt because the fact that he was even allowed back on the sideline is just crazy to me. Like, we saw how bad he was. Like, we saw what the lines were with him, and we see what they are now. Like, it's not hard to tell if a man is good at what he's doing. That's why we see all these people. That's why we saw what's his name? Josh McDaniels out there in Vegas get fired. This is like his second or third coaching opportunity, and he's been bad every single time. Some niggas are not meant to be head coaches or shit, let alone coordinators. Because that nigga Matt Patricia couldn't do neither one of them things right unless he was under Bill Belichick. So I don't understand why he's over there. I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is, but they got to find somebody that can get that run game together. They run game was the reason why they was dominating these niggas the way they were. And maybe they held on to that offensive line unit for maybe a year too long. I mean, because we saw them re-sign pretty much all of them back. I mean, we saw that Jason Kelsey finally retired after that game. Shout out to him. Had a great career. Probably one of the best centers to ever do it. But shit, man, don't nobody want to go out getting their ass whooped like that. Damn, I be mad, nigga. My kids watching this shit, man. And y'all out here playing like some straight bullshit. Making my last hoorah look bad. Nigga couldn't even go get out the goddamn me first round, man. Niggas was terrible. Niggas was absolutely terrible. But again, I tried to tell y'all, coaching matters. The Eagles need to go ahead and, if I don't know if they go part ways with the head coach. That's kind of where everybody's been leaning. And maybe that's part of them, saying we're gonna get rid of you and also get rid of these coordinators. But those coordinators, if they are allowed to come back next year, then the head coach deserves to get fired. Because them boys is bad. Like, you can't sit there and give somebody the same ingredients that got you to a Super Bowl last year and then do that. And then show up like that. And I ain't trying to take nothing away from the Bucks, but they was a 9-win team, man. Better chance to win Packers or Bucks. Whew. Shit, I'll get into that later. Because I'm gonna get into the games we got this weekend. I'm gonna get into that later because I've been thinking long and hard about that one. So I still kind of don't know which way I'm gonna sway. I'm leaning towards one side a little bit, but I might change my mind depending on how I talk about these niggas when I get there. But that's gonna be a good ass game though. But I'm gonna get to that topic a little bit later though. But shit. I guess hop on to this Miami. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the score on now. It's 26-7. Yep. So the second game, as far as killing these frauds, we had the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, of course, this was a matchup that we already saw before. Uh, Same thing with this Eagles and Bucks matchup. Clearly, it looked a lot different then, but it was way worse now. And the same thing with this game. Now, everybody wants to try to blame the cold as far as what they had going on. And like I said, man, I just ain't going for that shit, bro. I ain't going for it. It's just one of the things. It's like, nigga, I'm paying you to pay to play in whatever weather. And if they wanted to play in Miami so bad, then they shouldn't have got their ass beat by Buffalo. So I ain't giving these niggas no excuses. If they wanted to play at home so bad, then they shouldn't have got their ass beat by Buffalo. I heard all them people call the ones people that were sitting in the stands call hypothermia or what? And you know what? I feel kind of bad because I picked Miami to win that game. I thought that Miami would be able to run the ball and they wouldn't even have to put the game into his hands. I thought that Miami was going to be able to run the ball and that they was going to take the game out of Tua's hands. But man, and I'm sitting there looking stupid as fuck for picking these niggas. But Raheem Mostert only ran and honestly, bro, Raheem Mostert was averaging 4 point. He just only got 8 carries. He only got 8 carries. And I mean, I just don't understand why only 8 carries. I mean, after a while, because shit, they really didn't get down too bad until halfway through the third quarter, they was down only 7-16. They was only down by oh shit, excuse me. They was only down by 9. I mean, yeah, 2 possession game, but they was down by 9. You score a touchdown, you're down by 2. It ain't like, I just don't. I mean, did you have to switch up the game plan that bad? You wasn't getting your ass beat until shit really the fourth quarter came around. I mean, he was down 7-19 at the end of the third, but damn. Shit, and Pat really ain't even go too crazy. He only had 262 in the tutty. So, I don't know, man. Miami's another bunch of frauds. And but see, with me, I don't know. Maybe Miami is kind of reminding me of Dallas's issues right now. I kind of feel like the problem that the Cowboys have on defense is something like the problem that the Chiefs, I mean, the Dolphins have on offense. And what I mean by that is that I don't think either one of those teams are physical. I don't think Dallas is very physical defensively when we're talking about trying to stop the run. I don't they're more finesse because they have speed. Same thing with the Dolphins. They're not real physical. They're more of a speed and finesse team. They'll beat you like that, but they not feeling like they're not gonna punch you in the mouth, if that makes sense. I think that's probably the best way I could describe that. That I probably describe just the Eagles. I mean the Cowboys and the Dolphins. They glaring problems. It's for one on offense. It's too much. It ain't enough power. It's a lot of speed, which can win you a lot of games. But like we said, when that weather get like that, and that speed don't show up as much as you thought it would when it's 0 degrees outside, heat, I just don't see it. And I just don't see Tua being able to go to. I don't see Tua as being a quarterback that I can drop on any team, and I know he's going to succeed because I feel like his offense has to be set up a certain way. Like he has to have we were saying they was pretty much saying it all along. The Dolphins built him an offense based off of what he had in college. Speed, 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 and speed. So I just don't see. And then even still with that speed is like I just think about Tua just has no arm. Can a quarterback get a stronger arm as they're still playing? Because he has no arm. Like, are you able to hit the bench press and gain a couple of pounds of muscle in your? Because he cannot. He underthrows too many passes. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine if Josh Allen had Tyreek Hill? If Lamar, who people underrate his throwing power, had a Tyreek Hill, shit, that could have used them this weekend. I just don't. Tyreek is wasting his years as long as he got Tua as his quarterback. Could Tua possibly get him to 2,000 yards? Yeah, probably. That's cool. But that's how you gonna get at this point. If you gonna gas yourself up as one of the best players in the regular season, that nigga Tua can't win no playoff game, man. Let's go ahead and call it what it is at this point. We done seen a couple of years of it. Tyreek Hill ain't enough for them to win. as cold as he is, as dynamic as he is, he ain't enough for them to win. He's a fraud. He is a fraud. But yeah, bro. If y'all saw the title on the video, very disappointing wild card weekend. Too many ass whoopings. Only games I really cared for was the Rams and the Lions. Mm. And shit, that's pretty much it. Now that I think about it, because all the other games they just really wasn't. They wasn't even worth watching. I mean, the Steelers and the Bills game was pretty much out of whack. They act like they tried to make a comeback, but that was short lived. But yeah, I literally only really cared about one game this weekend, which is sad. Like, it's very, very sad, very disappointing. And yeah, I just don't like how they were pretty much all blowouts. Every last one of them. But I really was just only going to talk about these three games because all the other like I didn't expect that Texas and the Browns game, of course, but I kind of felt I figured the Bills was going to beat the Steelers. I'm pretty sure we all picked them. The Lions and the Rams, I thought was going to be a close game, of course. So, Texas and Browns, was it a blowout? Yes, but that's the only like blowout I'm really accepting. All these other three are unacceptable, like blowouts, because of expectations. Because of expectations. And that's why this shit is so sad for all three of them because of the expectations. Everybody was like, "Oh, if Tua would have played in that playoff game last year, they would have won." Shit, I can't tell. I could not tell. But last one I'm hopping on, and then like I said, I was only focusing on these three games, and then I'm a hop up off of here. Just had to, because this shit is embarrassing. But this last one for sure. Uh, man. So last one on the docket: Cowboys versus Packers. This was bad, and again, bad because of what? Expectations. Shout out to the Packers. Jordan Love is showing that he may be the quarterback that Green Bay was talking about that they knew they had. I mean, of course, the San Francisco 49ers is going to be a test, so we'll see how he plays in that game. But besides that, shout out to them. Uh, Aaron Jones looked like Aaron Jones. Uh, shit, Romeo Dobbs had a monster game. Had a 6 for $151 and a touchdown. Luke Musgrave had a touchdown. So, and in the defense, they sacked Dak 4 times. Jordan Love he was clean all game. Uh, and yeah, man, Packers just showed up. Again, Dak threw the ball 60 times, had 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he had 2 interceptions. So When you throw the ball 60 times, like I don't trust Dak if he got to throw the ball that damn much. I would just keep it a buck. Because we've seen him put up those type of numbers before without having no damn 60 pass attempts. So if it gets to that point, then I don't see how anybody would think that that would turn out good. I don't know, man. That the Cowboys got some real decisions to make. But first off, um, that Dan Quinn love that everybody want to give, y'all need to get off of that now. Y'all need to get off that Dan Quinn love. That shit looked real good last year, but but that shit, y'all got to get off that Dan Quinn love because for it's a glaring problem and you did nothing to fix it. You can't stop niggas from running the ball and made no adjustments against any team. That's literally how every game that the Cowboys played, they either lost or it was close. But we saw that firsthand with the Cardinals at the beginning of the season. And nobody had any expectations for the Cardinals. Hell, Kyler wasn't even playing. Kyler was not even playing. And I'm talking about Dan Quinn because, like, why the hell y'all keep going to get all these goddamn box safeties to play linebacker and not no actual linebackers? And then even on the defensive line, like the middle of that D line is actually very small. Like outside of Aaron Donald, who's all chiseled up and shit, I need a D tackle with a gut. I need them fat boys. Dallas got all these chiseled ass niggas with abs and showing muscles. Fuck that. I need a nigga out there with a gut. I need a nigga that's gonna get in the goddamn way, move some shit around. I don't need no pretty ass nigga. I need a Vince Wilfork. I need niggas with guts. But man, this shit was just embarrassing. And I'm not even a Cowboys fan. But I can't go out in public because I work in trades, so I'm just around a bunch of grown men all day that don't do nothing but talk about sports and other bullshit. And I've been hearing about the Cowboys all week, nigga. Niggas is up. Fans is upset. They are sick. They are disgusted. They are disappointed. They are annoyed, frustrated, irritated, angry, mad, sad, any other thing you could think of. Niggas is pissed. And then I just got word today, and then they just everybody want everybody on that damn coach staff gone. Just got word today that nigga Mike McCarthy ain't going nowhere. But the Dan Quinn got to go. You can't win. You can't win like that. You need to go get you some linebackers, man, and get some fat boys on that D line. I'm just saying, bro. When we come to that coaching staff, blow that shit up. And Michael Parsons is not going to be able to be our savior. There, I said it. It says CD played like soft, man. I don't know if that nigga was nervous. I don't know what was going on. And CD supposed to get paid. Don't see they looking to get paid after that performance. So I don't know. And I understand people saying it's a zone, but nigga, I'm still saying your personnel got to get better. That team was too talented to have for another first round exit, nigga. Like people, you do realize this is the second one in 3 years that they've been knocked out the first round. Oh man, this was embarrassing. A 7-point favorite, which means that everybody thought Shaw was gonna win this game. Heck, man, say everybody ain't nobody do nothing. And bro, I'm going to watch. I want to see what Michael Parsons wants. I want to see what he said on this podcast after this game. I need to know what that nigga said because that's a reason why I don't like a lot of these niggas with these like Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. They've been in the league for a minute. They both are champions. They've made deep playoff runs. They both proven. I don't mind them two niggas doing the podcast. I don't like Marlon Humphrey doing that podcast because he ain't done shit. He ain't even shit. He's hurt. He ain't even playing. Ain't won nothing. And I don't like Michael Parsons doing it. All that talking but when it's game time, what's up? Every time we need you to play out, you don't do nothing in the playoff game. I don't think your name got called. So, Micah, I want you to stop doing that podcast, bro. Until you get your shit together on that field, I don't need you talking about nobody else. I don't need to hear you complaining about nobody else. I don't need you saying why they come with us like this, but when it's the Eagles, nigga, stop talking about them niggas. Stop talking shit, period. Just, you need to stay off that goddamn computer. Go talk some shit on Twitter like everybody else, but do not get on that goddamn podcast no more until you do something. I don't like when certain niggas get, if you a vet or something like that and you did your time, it's like Pat Bev. Has he done is he a champion? No, but he's a vet, very respected vet, knows the game. Yeah, a lot of people don't rock with him, but hey, he done paid his dues. Nigga done been in the league a very long time. So yeah, man, these I don't like Michael that podcast shit. And on top of that, there was no reason why y'all should have lost this game the way y'all did. I would have had more respect for y'all if it was a close ass game and it was down to the wire and y'all just came up short. But this shit right here, man, y'all got everybody want to get one. Y'all got niggas want to get everybody in that bitch fired. So I don't know. This shit is really janky as fuck. This shit is really janky. This shit is really janky. And I'm talking janky, nigga. Like the fact that we had even the fact that we everybody picked the Cowboys to win this game because they should have. Hell, Jordan Love might go ahead and get paid after this goddamn offseason, nigga. Jordan Love was a first round pick, and I think this is his third year. After that, shit, the Packers may not have no more questions. Shit. Yeah, this is gonna be his third year. He finishing up his third year. He's eligible for a contract extension. And you know what? If I was Green Bay, go ahead and get it out the way. Because the number ain't gonna do nothing but go up. If you feel that strongly about him and you feel like that he did enough to prove something to y'all by throwing for 272 on these boys and 3 TDs and no picks, pay that nigga now. Pay that nigga now. Man. 1 sack in 4 playoff games. Shut that goddamn computer off, Michael. Don't nobody want to hear shit else you got to say until you do something. We talk about your ass all goddamn year, but when you get to the playoffs, you and then 1 sack in 4 playoffs. So you telling me you got to play Tampa Bay when Tom Brady's pretty much out the door. You done played San Fran twice, and now the Packers, and you only got 1 sack? Shut that goddamn computer off, nigga. Shut that motherfucker off. You need to unplug the charger and let that motherfucker die. I don't want to see you in front of another computer, a camera, a mic. Nigga, if you ain't at no damn press conference, I don't even want to see you in front of a microphone. I don't even want you speaking in church in front of a microphone if it ain't. Nigga, stay away from that microphone. Niggas always crying about some shit. That's what I don't like. That nigga be crying. All they goddamn whining. You too big to be doing all that shit. All that crying and all that motherfucking whining. Hell no. That shit don't make no motherfucking sense. But like I said, I just don't know. But moving on real quick, last thing, we're going to try to get into some predictions. So we got the Lions playing the Bucks, of course. Packers playing the 49ers. Then we got the Ravens playing the Texans. And we got the Chiefs playing the Bills. Obviously, the Chiefs and the Bills is, probably going to be the most talked about game this weekend. I feel like the game after that, probably that Baltimore and Texas game, because it's like a rematch from the game at the beginning of the season. That was CJ's very first NFL game. So he's had a full season under his belt, and it's all circling back. Of course, 49ers, Packers are playing. It's pretty much a rematch, but of course, Aaron's no longer there. And then we got the Rams and the Bucks. Not the Rams and the Bucks. I'm sorry, the Lions and the Bucks, who I don't think played this year. So this one is kind of new. But I guess I'll start with the Chiefs and the Bills. Only reason why I'm going with the Bills right now is because I just think they're hot right now. And on top of that, unless Rashid, is finally getting it together and Pat is actually trusting him, a lot more with his passes. I feel like that's the only way they're going to win that game. Like, Pat Mahomes is going to have to wear a cape, in which I don't think Josh Allen necessarily will have to do so. I mean, he's still going to be Josh Allen. He's still going to win the ball and do all that type of shit like that. Like, I ain't saying he ain't going to do that. But I don't think that Pat is going to be able to – I don't think Pat can put on the cape and save him. I just don't. And I understand all that shit that happened in the last game was all controversial stuff like that, but I still think they would have lost. So I was killing you for your Josh Allen take. I mean, when we was talking about quarterbacks, I wasn't killing you. Shit, I really wasn't killing you. Shit, it was them that was trying to say that he ain't done nothing. But I was like, no, he's been to an AFC Championship game. We're not gonna act like that's not a milestone. Because I'm like, shit. I said, I can't sit here and beat the table for Lamar Jackson, who was my quarterback for my team, and can't be honest when we talking about this shit because Lamar has not been to an AFC championship game. I said that Lamar is literally, when we talk about the top QBs in the AFC, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar ain't been there. Lamar's not been to an AFC championship game. So I ain't go. I wasn't saying that. The only thing I was saying about Josh was the turnovers, but I even brought it up. I even brought it up though. That as much as Josh Allen was turning the ball over, he's good enough to cover up his mistakes. And we see they done came back and won a division that we thought Miami had sold up. We didn't think that nobody can sit here and actually believe that they thought Buffalo was going to come back and win that division. I dare somebody to try to say that they thought that Buffalo was going to come back and win that division in the middle of the season when it seemed like the Dolphins was playing all these bum-ass teams and were just looking unstoppable. Nobody thought Buffalo was going to come back and snatch that AFC East crown. Nobody thought that. So I'm picking Buffalo just because right now, like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, people looking at the better quarterback is Pat, but that nigga Josh Allen he's had a crazy ass season. I mean, right now, I feel like he is the hottest quarterback right now. I mean, shit, we saw what he did, the last couple of games of the season. Beat Miami in the last game to win the division and pretty much sold up, home playoff games unless they happen to run into Lamar and them in the AFC Championship game. Other than that, they guaranteed they sell 2 home playoff games. And Miami's sitting at home now. So we gotta be honest on that part. I'm picking the Bills just because I do feel like the Bills are still a better team. I still, and again, I'm just going with the hot pick right now. I just feel like Buffalo's gonna take that one. I really just feel like Buffalo's gonna take that one. Bucks and the Lions. Man, I'm gonna go on a limb. I think it's gonna be. I think this was gonna be a closer game than a lot of people think, but I think Tampa Bay could eke this one out. Because I did not. I mean, if we just gonna keep it a buck, I mean, I didn't expect Baker to have this type of game. Let me just go ahead and get that out the way. Is he capable? Yes. I just didn't expect him to have this type of game. I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy. I mean, 22 or 36, 337, 3 tutties, no interceptions. And shit. Yeah, he was spreading that ball around, man. That nigga, he was tearing him up. Mike Evans ain't even had to do much. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, the 2 receivers that we know, them niggas ain't even had to do much. He was spreading the ball around. I mean, yeah, I understand, the missed tackle shit coming into play. But yeah, I think the Bucks can get it, but I guess I'm just rooting for the Lions just because anybody that's been talking to me the past couple of years, when they made that trade to Detroit, I was like, yeah, I think Detroit got them the quarterback, and we seen, they weren't playing bad last year. They just couldn't stop nobody, and we see we just see the progression. He's gotten a lot better with Amon-Ra St. Brown. They drafted him a tight end that he made use of. They got a run game. So, I mean, I'm picking the Bucks just because I feel like Baker's trying to make a statement, and he's also trying to get paid. Because if he does that, I definitely think that the Buccaneers would have to, seriously consider giving him a contract extension. And yeah, I just think Baker does have something to prove, and I mean, we can say what we want to about the Eagles, but it wasn't like it was even close. He beat the shit out them boys. He accounted for at least 20. He threw for 3 touchdowns, so he accounted for 21 points by himself. We can at least say that he got the ball in the end zone 3 times. So I'm rooting. I'm picking the Bucks, but the same I'm be rooting for the Lions. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad at any team if they won this game. I wouldn't be mad. And then yeah. So next game, Niners Packers. Um, I'm picking the Niners. Don't get me wrong, but I'm really watching this game to see how the Packers play against them because if the Packers can have a competitive game on the road in San Francisco, I think that's going to warrant saying Jordan Love is the next future quarterback for them. And again, if he plays a good game, because remember, San Fran is going to be pretty much the ones with the target on their back in the NFC. Regardless of the fact that Philly made it to the Super Bowl, they're really the ones with the target, in my opinion. And I mean, hey, everybody else is sold up. Uh, they got Brock Purdy for 2 more years. He was a 7th-round pick. They don't have to pay him until after his 4th year. They got him for 2 more years. So they really have, they got some room to play with because you don't have to pay your quarterback. And I just think that they are going to be the team that's going to be the standard in the NFC for years to come. And if Green Bay is able to put on a good showing against them, especially on the offensive side of the ball, I think that that's going to warrant Jordan. I would go ahead and get him paid. I wouldn't even wait. I mean, he's eligible after this year, so you might. And if you really think that he's what that is, go ahead and get it out the way. Because if you let him play another year and he gets to a high level, and he's playing at a high level, gets to the playoffs again to another and shit. Let's say he gets you to another, second round. It's a close game, or shit, the NFC Championship. The price is going to go up. If you think that's like that, he is the answer. Go ahead and get him sold up. But again, I'm picking the 49ers, but I'm really watching to see how Green Bay plays against this team. Because again, if they're competitive, then I think Green Bay would easily have proven everybody right when they decided to move on for Aaron Rodgers. Everybody thought that they was going down the toilet. They thought it was over. They made it to the playoffs. They was a wild card, but they made it. Green Bay made it as a wild card team with Aaron fucking Rodgers. So we can't sit there and act like being a wild card playoff team is just the end of the world, especially when you go and win your wild card game. Damn, y'all know what else is crazy? The Cowboys are the only division winner that lost the game. Detroit won, Tampa Bay won, Kansas City won, Buffalo won, Houston won. Damn, they was only niggas lose a game at home. Well, I guess I just added more gas to the fire. Aha, aha, aha. But staying on topic, last game, Ravens and the Texans. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie, nigga. I'm nervous. That nigga CJ Stroud is like that. Like when we talk about there's always one quarterback from each draft class that surprises us. Nigga, right now, give me CJ Stroud over Justin Herbert and give me CJ Stroud over Trevor Lawrence. If all you they ain't gonna go there. Yeah, I am gonna go there. If all, why is it? Why is it that every time we see a quarterback play good, that Lamar Jackson is the first person that niggas try to compare him to? Lamar done won his division Both times he done played. That I mean, 2 times was number one seed. I mean, everything that y'all just keep throwing is that he's only won one playoff game. That's the only thing y'all gonna throw. Which I don't talk about his numbers in that game against Tennessee because he lost. Had the I believe the second highest yards in the playoff game behind Tom Brady, and they both lost because they both was carrying. But y'all don't want to have that conversation though. So I don't know, but nah, I'm picking. Of course, I'm picking the Ravens. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't think it's going to be a competitive game. This is not the same Houston Texas team that we played the first game of the season. I mean, again, like as I said, that was the very first game of the season with a rookie quarterback. I mean, they played us good defensively. So defensively, they played us good. It's just I know that offense is a lot better now than when it was at the beginning of the season. Like they have figured it out. Now, we got to remember, CJ was hurt a couple of games this year. Their record probably could have been better. I don't even like at this point, bro. If they just stay on the same trajectory, the Jags are not going to be they're not the favorite in that division anymore. Especially when the last game of the season they were all tied with the same record, and all Jacksonville had to do was win, and they would have won the division. And you lost to the Titans. The Titans, who ain't doing nothing, wasn't going nowhere. They were literally playing just to give their fans a show for the last game of the season, and you lost. So, like I said, I'm a little nervous. That nigga CJ, that nigga man, that I mean, he's showing that somebody may have made a mistake by making him the second overall pick, but we ain't gonna go that deep into it. But yeah, bro, I'm still picking Baltimore, but I'm not finna sit here and act like this finna be a cakewalk because CJ is definitely, that boy slings that ball. They don't sit there and, they ain't babysitting that nigga. They giving him the whole playbook and shit. You just gotta call it for what it is. Oh no, Lamar loses shit. I don't give a damn if it was CJ. I don't give a damn who it was. Shit, he can't lose. Shit, nigga. CJ and no CJ. He just can't lose. And this is coming from me. Like, you ain't got no excuses, my boy. You got to go win this. Like, it's Super Bowl or bust. You got to get there. You got to get there. I mean, you're clearly showing that you can win games. Like, that's never been a question with him. The main thing before this year was just him staying healthy, of course, because he had been hurt the past 2 years. And he just needs to win it. Now, his first year in the playoffs, of course, he only played like 5-6 games. The Chargers beat him. Okay, cool. The second year, Tennessee tore them up. He was getting beat the fuck up. He threw for all them yards, but it didn't matter. Like, he tried to put the cape on, but it didn't matter. He ran into the Bills the year after that, which, okay, we kind of knew the Bills was a better team at the time. But after that, he's been hurt the past 2 years. So it's not like we don't know that he a good quarterback. Like, you got to get to an AFC Championship game. That's what I would say at the beginning of the season. But now I'm like, fuck the AFC Championship game. I think it's Super Bowl. You got to get to the Super Bowl. And right now, it looks like he's going to have to go through CJ, and then he's going to have to go through either Pat or Josh Allen. And you get through that, I don't give a damn who you see in the Super Bowl. You should win that. Because that's a gauntlet. That's a gauntlet of niggas to play. I'm not gonna say that this Lamar best chance. I mean, because it's never been easy. The AFC, as far as playoff ball, it's always been loaded. It's always been some damn good teams. But if you say best chance, just as far as like the talent that he has on his team, this is the best talent he's had on the offensive side of the ball. Like I'm not even with Hollywood Brown having his 1,000-yard season that year, I still think that collectively as a team, like everybody included, that this is the best offense that he's had. So, like I said, I'm picking the Ravens. I'd be damned if I go against them now. But we better not lose this fucking game. I might fuck around and go live after if we do. We better not lose this goddamn game. But I guess that we could pretty much wrap this up. I think I gave all my predictions. Ravens, 49ers, Buccaneers, and the Bills. That's who I think all gonna win this weekend. And the only one I'm kind of questioning is that Lions in that Bucks game. But we'll see. I think that's gonna be a damn good game. I actually like that draw a lot better than if any one of them would have to play the 49ers. Actually, I take that back. I would have loved to see the Lions and the 49ers. But maybe that might be an NFC championship game. We'll see. But and to answer your question, DJ, who I think got the better chance, the Bucks. I just don't see the Packers beating the 49ers. But if they had to play each other, I'd pick the Packers. I just like what I'm seeing for them right now. Yeah, but Lamar done beat Burrow before, so I'm not too like toe up about him not being there. I would confidently like pick Lamar Jackson to beat Joe Burrow in the playoff game, no matter where they play. You know how I feel about Herbert. And like I said, Mahomes and Allen both got to knock one or the other out, but he's still gonna. I'm like, we still not gonna act like if he gets past CJ, he still got to go against a top goddamn me nigga in the AFC, which was gonna happen regardless because of the simple fact that we know that. I mean, actually, hell, he possibly could have got Buffalo this weekend if Miami would have handled their business. But you know what I'm saying? Because let's see, that means that Buffalo would have been. Yeah, Buffalo would have been the 6th seed if they so we would have if Miami would have we would have had to play Buffalo. So imagine we would have had to play Josh Allen and then play Patrick Mahomes. That shit would have been crazy. And I ain't worried about that nigga Herbert. I know you tried to throw him in there, but I don't give a shit about that nigga. Stop bringing him up. We talking about we nigga CJ has replaced him. But we about to wrap it up, y'all. That was a good little episode. I actually fucked with it. It was a good little episode. But we about to wrap it up, man. That was another episode of the Cold Truth Pod. I'm your host, White Boy Chris. Y'all tap in tomorrow. Hooper Story is gonna be going live at 7:30 or around 7:30. But you know, tap in, check it out. We're gonna be talking NBA ball. But until then, I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.